Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Hang on.
Oh, there's our special guest. I hear him already. There he is. What's up, Kai?
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing this morning?
Good.
Good. Man, you're still in your PJs and everything. I wish I was still in my PJs.
Well, that's something we don't really want to picture, is it?
All right. So, Kai, we brought you on this morning because when I was over at your house last week, you were the most positive little guy that I've ever heard in my life. And when we were fishing, what did you tell my boys when they weren't catching any fish? What did you tell them? That they should keep trying, right?
I said never give up.
Never give up, right? And I felt like that was a message that you needed to deliver to all of our agents that are listening this morning, because we all have things that we don't think we can do, right? Are there things that you don't think you can do sometimes? No, you're confident. He's like, I think I can do it.
Let's go through a couple little thoughts over there. So first, tell everybody who you are. What's your name, sir?
I'm Kai James Beggins.
I'm Kai James Beggins, and he is the coolest dude that I know. It's a little biased here, but I think it's pretty cool. How old are you now?
4.
4? That's gone pretty quickly
Not
here.
5 yet.
Not 5 yet.
Not 5 yet. Don't rush it.
So how's life treating you so far? Is life pretty good in 4 years old already? What are you thinking? Because I got a couple things I want to talk about with you. I think are pretty cool stories that I want to talk about with you. So let's talk Puma. So right now, how would you consider yourself from a bike riding perspective? Are you pretty good at bike riding? Would you say?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're really good. Now let's talk about this process for a second. We're going to keep looking over here for a second. So when you didn't just pop out and just become like a great bike rider, did you? Did it take a little bit of time?
No.
So
It was just a bike rider.
you were just born a bike rider? But it took some steps. So let's talk about the first little thing that you did. Did we have our little balance bike? You can turn that's the alarm off on my phone. So all right, so we first got our little balance bike, right? Do you remember that? Because you still drive it sometimes around the house.
I remember that because one of the first times I met you, you were zooming around the inside of your house on that little balance bike, just cruising.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Because here's what you were doing. Inside the house, around the kitchen and the living room, you were going around and around and around. Now, here's the important part about the story. Did you go like super, super fast right away, or did you kind of feel it out?
And I kind of feel it out.
Right? And practice a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and wobbled a little bit? Did sometimes you poof on your butt a little bit too?
Yeah.
And let me ask you a question. When you poofed on your butt, did you just give up and say, I'm never going to do it again? What'd you do?
I tried again.
You just did try it. Yep.
That's
And
it.
then got a little bit faster
Faster.
and a little bit stronger. And then you realize, oh, I'm going to have to slow down sometimes, right? So you took those feet and started using those feet. You started learning a little bit. You're leaning into the turns, going right, going left, going fast, going slow. And then you said, you know what? I think I could pretty much have this mastered right now, right? But then you said, there's a next level. And I want everyone to find the correlation here. So what was the next level? So we first had the little baby balance bike. And then what was the next thing we got right after that? It's a little bigger one.
Bigger one.
Right, so we got a little bigger one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you had a bigger one, same thing happened. You first started the try with the little bigger one, and then you weren't really good at that one yet, were you? Did you just go zoom in real quick, or did you like, whoa, I don't know how to work this one.
That's what I did too.
Yeah, and if you wobbled a little bit, did you just say, that's it, I'm gonna give up?
No.
What'd you do?
Stand up and try it again.
That's right, that's right. And then as we got a little bit better, this is all inside the house, by the way, doing loop-de-loop-de-loops. How many times do you think you growled around the house in the kitchen and the living room? What would you think? Tons of times? Like more than 2? Like how many times do you think you actually did a circle?
6.
6? That's a lot. Okay. So that's what we did. And then all of a sudden you said, I'm ready for my next level. And you're like, hey, this bike is pretty cool, but I wonder what my next level bike might be. And then this is important because you went on the computer with mama and then you started shopping for bikes, remember? and you found a really cool bike. And what did the bike have on it that you saw before you even had the bike? Did it have?
Welcome.
Did it have pirates on it?
Bigum.
There you go. See, and there is our attention span that everybody else has too at the same time. But the next level bike we got was the one with pedals. Remember that one?
Yes.
And he jumped right on there. So let's change stories for a second, because the moral of that story is, guys, is to jump on the bike, start off slow, don't worry about wobbling, and when you poop, it's okay to poop. All right, next question. I want to talk about a food that you like. What's one of the favorite foods that you like to eat?
Promise.
Hummus or French fries, right? The same thing. So this is an important lesson too, because when you first started eating and trying foods, what were some of your favorite foods? What are still some of your favorite foods that you like to eat? I'll help you. Do we like eggs?
No.
What? You're silly. You eat egg every day. Eggs and
You eat avocado?
Mhm.
But when he was growing up, we'd eat eggs and avocados and broccoli and what else? What other type of things did you eat?
It's no wonder you're so strong.
Yep. But we said, hey, Kai, do you want to try a French fry? And Kai at first said this. Don't want it. I'm like, come on, dude, you're going to like it. He says, nope, not going to do it. And then we tried again and say, hey, Kai, you want to try a French fry? And what did he say? No, thank you. I'm good. I'll just stick with my avocados and my eggs and my broccoli. No, thank you. But really, you're going to really like French fries, which shows that it was an interesting move for parenting. Hey, put down your avocado, son, and let's have some French fries. But we knew it was going to happen. So, but soon enough, before you know it, Kai said, hey, let me try one of those things. And what did you do? And then what do you think happened once you tried it?
Yum.
Yum.
You know?
You
And
loved
then-
it.
And then now you just loved it, which was pretty cool about that one. So here's what I think is cool about the pumice now, because did you just stop at just that one, or did you just try different ones? So now we've tried different types of pumice. We've tried the waffle ones. Let's not push those buttons right there. We've got waffle ones, we got long ones, we got short ones, we got crinkly ones. And I think you like all of them, except for which ones. You don't really like the hard ones like that. So, but the point of that one is you tried something at first you think you didn't want to like.
B-E-3.
That's right, BE3. So that's what we did. Second, a couple more stories I want to hit while we've got you there.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
All right, quick story. One more story I want to do with you. Yesterday, you and I were playing around downstairs in the sea grapes. And because part of Kai's a little part sea grape monkey, kind of by his DNA makeup, and he's a good climber. But we had a vision yesterday morning. Kai, let's tell him what we did. So, Puma, you know this, in the back by the water, there's a whole big line of mangroves or sea grapes. Sea grapes. And we decided we want to see, could we possibly figure out how to crawl in the sea grapes all the way around the sea grapes without touching the ground and see how far we can go in this jungle. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we didn't know how to do it. We had no idea. Well, and then, yep. Well, he likes the jungle so much, there he goes.
He's off to go climb it.
There we go. There's the attention span that we normally have. Come on back. Let's talk this jungle story for a second. Okay. So, all right, here we go. So the jungle, we had an idea, was to go from one side to the other side. Did we know how to do that? We had an idea we had to figure out, but it wasn't that way. So we had to use something called blind faith and taking steps.
Did you do it? Were you able to do it?
Well, not at first, because we said, okay, we have an obstacle. We can't get any further. What are we going to do? So we started putting our feet in different places and holding different things with our hands, and then using a little bit of blind faith and taking a step. We didn't know what was going to happen, but we kept feeling it to see if the tree was strong enough. And then once it was, we were good to go. And then eventually we were ready to, we got the jungle to work, and we made it from side to side. on that one. So I had a couple more stories, but I think we might be storied out real quick. So come, let's tell the moral of the story for a second. Before we end this one. Say, okay, what does everybody need to know? When they're, just like in the jungle, when we were in the jungle,
In the jungle, they do that.
the jungle does do that sometimes. So when you're in the jungle and you find yourself some obstacles, you have to just use a little bit of blind faith and just take that next step and then figure it out. And then before you know it, it all works out the right way it's supposed to be. So, all right, one last thing, Mr. Beggins. Can I borrow your attention for one more second here? All right, at nighttime, you and I do something I think is pretty cool before we go to bed. And I think it's important for everybody else to.
Affirmations.
Yep, we do. Affirmations. We do affirmations. Mister. He's got his little sister in the corner who's a little bit exciting too. So let's do 4 affirmations. Let them hear kind of what we're talking
I
about.
am confident. I am brave. I am perfect. I am kind.
I am confident. I am brave. I am perfect just the way I am. I am Kai. In other words, I am smart. I am clever. I'm awesome. I'm amazing.
I am Kai.
I am Kai. Okay, so one last thing real quick. When anybody thinks that, sometimes people think that they want to give up.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Good.
It's not
What
good.
should you tell yourself when you start thinking that you want to give up?
Never give up.
And what can you do when you're really thinking about it? You can do,
I can do anything.
tell them what they can do.
You guys can do anything.
There you go.
Oh, man.
And that
Pumped
is
up.
the message that we really need to do today. All right, say peace out.
Peace out.
I'm Kai.
Bye. I'm Kai.
Have a great day.
Yeah. Have a
See you,
great
dude.
day.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we'll be right back in 4 seconds here. Nice job. buddy.
Yeah, so I'll take over for the moment while he helps Kai get down there. So I think obviously you guys see the correlation of why we wanted to do this morning. And for me, I had something happen this weekend too that I think is just so clear to me of how much mindset really matters. So my youngest is 6, and they in baseball made a big transition. You know, at 7 and 8, they typically go to a pitching machine from having either T-ball or a coach pitch to them. And so it's a big, big transition because the ball comes in at 45 miles an hour. And because their little league was shut down due to COVID, we had no choice but to start a travel team, right? So now they're playing against kids that are really, really good. And my team is super young. So they're 5, 6, and 7 playing against older 7s and older 8-year-olds. And so they go into this tournament this weekend, and we get absolutely demolished the first 2 games. I mean, they are first time most of these kids have ever seen a pitching machine. They had no idea what to expect. You could tell they were nervous. We come in on day 2. We play the same team that just 10-run ruled us the day before. They come in, and we lose 6-4 in a game that on one fluke play, really, we should have won 7-6. But we had a very weird play happen. But my point being is in that one day, the skill didn't change, right? There wasn't enough time. They didn't significantly get better in 24 hours. Nothing changed other than confidence. That was it. The only difference between Saturday and Sunday was one, they approached it unconfident, and the next day they were more confident. And when they approached the game with more confidence, they took a team that beat them by 12 runs and really should have won the game, but lost by 2 runs, 6-4, right? And so when I looked at that, I said, you know what, if that's all it really takes, right, is just that mental game, that just speaks to the power of when anything, as adults, as parents, as, you know, significant others, as business people, when you approach something and you don't go into it with the right mindset and the right confidence that you can do it, you're not going to do it, right? Like, it's super, super powerful. And
Well,
so I think that's what we wanted to get across today.
Well, it's not just that too. It's the being unattached to the outcome, because I imagine from those kids' perspective, they started getting personal beatdowns in their head right? They're drunk monkeys like, you suck, right? I mean, God, look at that, another run. They're that much better than us. You know that self-talk was going on inside their heads, right? Because they got attached to the
Absolutely.
outcome, and you get emotionally charged to, God, this sucks, right? And then when you're walking up to the plate, when you're saying, God, this sucks, these guys are better than us, you're going to suck even worse. And then it's a downward spiral that just goes. Now, we have it too, guys. You go on a listing presentation, you get your ass kicked and it goes to somebody else, right? You can say the same thing. God, that sucks, right? I did a terrible job. That person is better than me. Then you go on your next presentation and you're going to start thinking that you're going to just go down that spiral, and it's going to get you, right? Or my friend bought from somebody else, or, these people ended up not buying from me, or, they ghosted on me. I mean, there's so many things that can come and just mess our heads up in this world. And I think the game, especially the example you were just using there, is that it's 100% not being attached to the outcome. And I've seen where every time, no exceptions, every time agents screw up this game and screw their careers up, it's because they get attached to the outcome. They start thinking about the money, right? And they lose the focus on the contribution and the actual providing value to their client. And at the moment that happens, guys, I know we've all been in the situations where things suck and money's tight and you're desperate and it's annoying and you don't need to do it and you should, right? It's called life. But the moment you can control all this negative self-chatter in your head, everything changes and it's being attached. So when those kids, you did a great job from a coach perspective, right? Said, look, who cares if you win, right? You've got this, you've got the skill, you swing like they swing, you run like they run, you throw like they do. It's all completely, are you going to be able to catch it, right? And just to get the mindset going that you can do this, you can do anything. And if it doesn't work out, no big deal. We'll just keep practicing, getting better again. And then, but it doesn't matter. Even if you lose, get your ass kicked again, does not matter. As long as you are getting a little bit better today, learning from it and getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. I mean, I've lost a ton of deals over my career, a ton of them, right? But I've won a few as well. And you just got to think about which ones do you think about. So that's the mental game that we play on a daily basis over here. And it's just,
I think that one of the difference though too, as adults, right, as business owners, you can decide whether or not you want to take that next at bat. See, the kids don't have a choice, right? But because they had a great support system around them, coaches, parents telling them, hey, you can do this, right? We're going to come back tomorrow. You're more confident now. You've seen it now. You can do this. And they come back and they don't really have a choice, right? Because we're going to make them go back tomorrow and play anyways. So they come back and they take another at bat. The problem as that I see is there's a lot of people that when they knocked on that door of the for sale by owner and they had a bad experience, they don't have to go back tomorrow and knock on the door again. So the question is, will you? Right? Are you going to give yourself another at bat? And if the answer is yes, and you keep taking at bats, you're going to get a hit, right? But if you don't, you're not. And so that's the problem too, is we control the actions that we take, right? And so if we let that one experience roll into the next, we're going to struggle. So we've got to make sure that we overcome that. And that's, I think, your point, right? Is when you're playing the game to play the game and not to win, right? Of course we want to win, right? My kid's one of the most competitive kids out there. He wants to win, but he also loves baseball. He loves playing. So if I went to him and said, hey, you're going to lose this game, but you're going to get to hit 3 times. Do you still want to play? His answer is going to be yeah, because he loves to play, right? And that's the point. That's where we all have to get to. We have to get to the point where we don't care if you get the listing or not, but the fact that you're able to hunt that listing, get in the living room and give it your best shot at it, if that's what really motivates you to go do it again, that's what really matters, right? Now, of course, you want it.
well, let's go into that for a second here, because here's what I've learned. Okay. It's not winning it. It's not getting it. It's about how do you help that customer? And I know this sounds cliche, guys, but I promise you, this is the name of this game. I'll give you a great example. I used to live down in Redington Shores before I moved down to Madeira. And a bunch of my neighbors I was friends with over the years had bought the house 20 years ago, right? So I know everybody in that town. One of my neighbors, we just sold one of their houses. Another neighbor, we just sold one of their houses. And then another neighbor just put their house up on for sale by owner. And I know the guy. We've been friends for a long time, right? So, and I happened to see it because I saved myself on searches and everything, and I saw it on Zillow. So I called him. Now, actually, I just shot him a text. I said, hey, congrats on the house. And then what do you think I did from a contribution level?
You probably offered to help them.
Listen, said, I know why they're trying to do what they're doing. I know what's going on in their life right now. And I know it's important for them to take as much cash as they can to the next location, right? I get it. That's the way it is. So I don't feel bad about it. I'm not upset about it. I get it because people are doing what they're doing. And I said, look, you've been a great friend for years. You've been a great customer. He's bought and sold a lot of houses with us over the years. And I get it. And I just want you to know that I appreciate you. And anything that happens, I want to help you. I'll look at your contract for you. I'll talk to the guy's loan officer. I don't want a penny from you. So just let me know when you need help. I got your back. Have a great day. That was it. Okay. And then the conversation started flowing. Hey, this buyer's agent asked me this question. What should I say? Hey, these guys just said here, what should I say? Totally unattached to the outcome because he knows I'm not preying on him. Right. And then so there's that free open transfer. It's like, can I trust you? Are you good at what you're doing? Do you care about me? Right? This is not about getting the business. This is about contributing, actually helping their life, right? Getting them to a next level where they're trying to do. Now, we both know that if and when the time comes that he's going to choose somebody, he's going to hire our company because we're damn good at what we do and he knows that he could trust me. But try it. Have fun. Good luck. I'll help you. We just do shit you don't do. Maybe what you're going to do is going to work. I hope it does. Go get him, Tiger. Right? And let me know what other questions you have. And then guess what questions started coming around this weekend? Hey, we found a house we really, really want. We don't want to lose it. They won't take a contingent offer. What should we do? Will you come over? Will you get one of your agents? Will you do something? Will you take a look? Right? This is kind of how the game works because not one thought was, oh my gosh, I can't wait for us to get that deal so we could put X dollars to the bottom line of company dollar for the company. Not even a thought, okay? Because your energy precedes you. Right? The energy precedes you. And 100%, when I reached out and every time when he asked me questions back and forth, it was, dude, what can I do to help you? What questions do you have? Right? I don't know how to work on jet airplane G5s, right? You do. Okay. I don't know. Right? I do this, you do that, you do you, I do me, I help you. And then when and if he decides to hire somebody, I know for sure he'll hire us. Right? That's the thing. But now think about the for sale by owners you're working with right now, or just your friends and your family and everything that you do, the energy precedes you. So whatever you're thinking about, like Kai, when we do the affirmations, right? It's a struggle, right? To get those with a 4-year-old to sit down and do affirmations every night, but he doesn't get away with not go into bed without them, right? Because those little thoughts help plant seeds to go through. That kid's got a little drunk monkey also, right? I mean, God, he's just learning how to do everything in the world. There's a lot of doubt, fear, and anxiety, just like we have trying to do something new. But it's about getting your mindset right and carving out the stuff and getting unattached to the outcome. I mean, who cares, right? If you fall, get up, right? Who cares? Get up, but just keep getting better. Figure out why you fell. And let's try not to do that next time or do it less frequently until you get a little better balance. Got it? So if you go and try to get an expired and you screw up, great. But why did you screw up? And let's screw up less next time. And did you record it? Do you know what happened, right? This is the whole point, guys. It's if I can just get one thing across, it's 100% what you're thinking about right now is determining what lifestyle you're getting, right? I know we all have shit going on in our lives right now. Every one of us has issues, challenges, struggles, and problems, right? It's just called life, right? But it's a matter of what am I going to do today? I've got a lot of people I'm going to help today. That's just what I do. Right? You ask my son what I do, I help people. That's my job. Right? There's 3 things that I do. We didn't get to it. I have fun, I make money, and I help people, right? That's what daddy does for work, right? And I think that's a good mindset. That's kind of what we do as people, is you help people do what they want to do, and you have some fun doing it, and then you make money along the way. That's kind of the process of what we're doing. So I just really want the energy part to precede you guys because it's such a huge, huge thing. And that's the only thing we talk about, me, Craig, Mike, Dad, Mom, Thomas, everybody. We think around what are we going to do to help you guys get better? Because nothing's more frustrating for us than to see what we know you can do and you don't do it. And we know the one thing that's in the way is this thing is not thinking about the things that it should be thinking about. Because if it were, you would all be crushing it to a level. Now, what I also notice is that you get to the level that you want, okay? Now, what I keep teaching Kai is what's that next level, right? He's happy with what he has, but he knows that when it's time for the next bike, we go shopping to figure out what's the best bike and gets emotionally attached to it and starts thinking about it and then gets ready when he's ready and he gets it, right? Of course, I get it for him, but it's a process of it. You know, what's funny, the other day, we were walking outside and we have a little butterfly garden we play with outside. And we always go check on the butterflies for the first thing in the morning. And I said, do you think there are? He's like, I don't know. I said, well, do you think there are? He goes, yeah. I said, how many do you think there's going to be? He goes, I don't know. I think there's going to be 3. Right? You think that we're going to find 3 butterflies? What are they going to look like? And he gets so excited about it. We walk down and do you find 3? Well, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, right? So then now he's manifesting, right? You know, we manifest milkweed caterpillars is step 1 in life, right? And then you figure out how to keep going from there, which is scary too, because now he says, now you get attached to something, you get emotionally charged and you really, really want something, you can make them appear. And then he's like, well, can you manifest monsters if you think about them? No, because there's no such thing as that. But you see what happens, even a 4-year-old brain is short-circuiting himself with trying to figure out what's that next step and what he actually wants. So guys, this is such a fun business. This is such a fun week. We're so lucky, by the way, to be living and doing what we're doing as a business, and prayers for Louisiana, because that could have easily been us right now too with hurricanes. We just have a lot to be thankful for, and I think that's part of it, with the gratitude, with the affirmations, with the mindset to do what we need to actually go do. So my question is, what kind of week are you going to have this week? And it completely is going to come from here. And if you're thinking about, oh crap, I got to go do this, that, and the other, it's a heat index, it's 128,000 degrees today, I'm not going to do anything, and you start telling yourself that stuff, you have a crappy day. And then as a default in November, you're going to have no check, because everything we're doing now is going to pay you the end of October and November, and it's going to be a direct proportion to how you walk through today and this week, right? So is this going to be your best week ever? Up to you. It's going to be my best week ever, for sure. I mean, I'm going to knock stuff out of the park. I don't even know it's coming my way yet. That's what's going to happen this week, because I'm going to make sure that happens. But I'm not just going to go sit on the couch. I'm going to actually go talk to as many people as I can and see who I can help. And through that process of helping people and contributing to their life and helping them through what they're going through, we're going to get some cool things. I know we'll probably find new projects this week, because I'm working with some people that are looking for new projects, right? I'm not saying I'm not going to show you until you sign a contract. Don't ever do that, right? I just help them to the level that they want us to help them through the process and you become part of their team. So everybody you're working with right now, reframe that a little bit, saying, what's going on in your life? What are we trying to accomplish, and how can I help you? That's your whole job. Just call it lead follow-up if you want to, but you're really checking in on people and seeing what you can do to help them have a better life, right? Would a better house make you have a better life? Well, good. Let's get your ass into a better house. Talk to my mortgage lender. Let's go find one, right? If you want to wait. I don't care, right? Figure it out. I'm not going to waste my time with you. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? And get out there and start talking to your friends. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about right now. There's so many things we can talk about with real estate. Rates are amazing. Inventory is crazy. We can go on. It's not the topic for today, but you know what to do. And we just got to get it going on there. That's kind of what Puma and I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can close there. I mean, the reality is you and Craig and your dad, and you guys always say thoughts become things, and it is 100% true. It's just the way the human head works, right? If I say purple elephant right now, everyone just kind of thought about a purple elephant real quick, and that's how these thoughts work. And so, and whenever that little negative thought, and we all have them, my dad taught me very young, whenever you get something that you're thinking about that stresses you out, I need you to instantly think about the opposite thing that makes you happy and excited, right? And that's not to say that you can't think about or deal with negative things, because they're going to happen, but you have to balance it, right? And so that's always worked for me, and it's helped me stay very positive. I don't get very stressed out, even in very stressful situations. It certainly helped me in sports, right? As a pitcher, you're in some really stressful situations, and I never really felt the stress. It's very interesting. It actually motivated me, because the second I would feel it, I would think about the positive, right? And I would go complete opposite direction. And so it's just a mental game, guys. And the sharper you can get that and the more consistent positive thoughts, you will manifest positivity. You just will. I mean, me and Jeff, I handed Jeff that deal over the weekend, right? After going to Madeira Bay, seeing it, like, man, I want to help this building close out. That one unit came available, just so happened, right? What are the odds? Comes available, we were able to push a buyer in there. So there's things like that it just happens when you're thinking about it. But you have to think about positive stuff.
The other thing, last closing thought on this one is about commitment, right? Is truly making a commitment to what you actually want. And one of the things I was going to talk about with Kai, right, is this. Now, I can get away with some stuff with Kai, but then there's a lot of things I can't, right? And it's because when a commitment is made, he doesn't let me get out of it, okay? In fact, he gets it to the point where it's pinky promise time now, right? So if he really is committed to doing something and I say, yes, we're going to do it, and he really wants that to happen, it's a double pinky promise. And then he says a pinky promise means you have to do it, right? And there's the accountability. And I'm never going to break a pinky promise. That's just what you just don't do, right? So when the question is, do you have pinky promises made to yourself, right? If you don't, you're just kind of lying to yourself a little bit. So what is your pinky promise to yourself about creating income to fund the lifestyle that you deserve to be living, right? And yet it's not all about money, but let's be honest, guys, money helps you do things that you want to go do, right? They make your house better, right? They do things, they take you with experiences, they fund retirements, they do stuff. So it goes down to the simple quantifiable thing. What lifestyle are you committed to living that you're going to pinky promise yourself that you're actually going to make it happen? Right? Let's call it a channel our inner 4-year-old on this for a second. So what are you committed to doing and pinky promise to yourself this week? This week, I will talk to X number of people and I will contribute to their lives and I will help a few people buy and sell real estate, whatever that number is. And then by Friday, I will have 2 new things under contract. Even if you don't know where the hell they're coming from right now, that's your promise to yourself and make it happen. Get up early, right? Stay up late, do what you got to do. If you pinky promise to yourself, you're going to make sure it happens. So I think that's the one thing that's missing is the double pinky promise to ourselves as far as getting to the next level. Because guys, you know what to do. You know what to say. You know who to say it to, and you know how to say it. And if not, you got a freaking app that's got a recording of everything we're talking about in front of you. So there's no excuses. The only thing missing is double pinky promise. So I want to close out with that and figure out what your double pinky promise to yourself is today and this week and your life.
That's it.
That's my thought. Make this the
You
best
have a
week
whole
ever, guys.
you have a whole week to go crush it, guys. We're here for you if you need absolutely anything, but go after it. And in the words of Kai, you can do anything.
You can do anything. Bye, guys.
See ya.